So today we're going to look at what? .val. So assume that I have my form. So we use the .val only for what? For the forms. Remember, if I have something like this, let me show you. If I have an input like this one, okay, let me say I have my simple form here, and then in this form I have maybe some class of bg info or bg. Oh, who is that? Wait 1 minute. What's wrong with Messenger today? Class notifications. Let me put it in flight mode. Like flight mode, that's it. Okay, so I'll just put here bg primary, and then I'm going to put here a form of input, and then I'm going to put here text. I'm going to give this one and I'm going to give this one a class what? Form control. I'm going to give it width maybe 50 to make it width of 50%, and then maybe let me give it like p3 and maybe m3. Okay, so by doing this one I'm going to get something like this. Maybe put here bg primary, bg primary, give it like, for example, p5. So if I refresh, I'm going to get something like this. Okay, so if I type something here, now I want to get this information, I have to use .val. Okay, so assume that I have here get val. Okay, so here I'll put here get value. This get val does not work on any HTML element like .get and text. It only work on what? On form input elements. Okay, so I'm going to put here an ID of my input. Welcome. I'm going to put an ID of my input. My input. So I'm going to listen to get val. Click listener. So I'll just come and say select first. I'll select the val element object, which is the button .get val. Then I add on what? On click listener by simply putting click and then to create for me the click listener. So I want when someone clicks here, I should get the what? The value of what is inside this. Okay, so to do that I'm going just to put what's it? I'm going to select this one, my input, which is having an ID of my ID. I'm going to select it. I'm going to add the ID, and then I'm going to get what? I'm just going to put val like this. So by doing this one, will get for me the val. Let me put that val inside the what? Inside the console. So it means that this value I'll select this element and get the value and put inside the what? Inside the console. But I can remember I can put this value anywhere. For example, I can put here val is equal to, in JavaScript you don't need even first specify the integer what and what, just put val is equal to, then I can get this value and put in the integer in the console, no problem. Remember, do you understand this? Hosnata, you got this?
No.
Why you don't understand? Okay, let me first show you. First wait, keep your microphone open. I refresh, I have this button get val. So I want, when I click, you know it said click listener. When I click on this val, I want to create a variable called val, and I select this input, my ID, my input. I select it and then I add .val. This .val will get any value that is inside the input and return it to me. So I'll get that value and put it inside the variable called val, and I'll put that val inside the what? Inside the console. If I refresh here, I come and put house. People have a name. House. Not. You have a house inside your name. Wow. So if I click here, get val, can you see? Tap. I have the name here. Can you see? It is changing. It's not a Muhindo. When we marry 5 years from now, that will be a new name. So can you see? Usanta, can you see that?
Yeah.
You understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Fatima, you got it?
Yes.
Okay. So we shall continue. So this one gets for only the what? The forms. I can as well even make a what? I can make even a live editor. For example, I want like every time I type anything, it should come in this div 3. I can do that, can't I? I just listen to this. This is the what? The value. Okay. I can just simply listen to it. I just do like this. Dot what? Dot key. Dot. So I've selected it. I put dot what? Dot key press, right? So each time I press a key, I want to get its value and put it in the console. So before I even click on what, so every time I type, I'll be just getting its value and put in the console. Maybe I can first clear in the console before I put anything. It's very simple things. Can you see that? Here I listen when every time the key is pressed, I get a value inside that input, and then I put in the console. So if I refresh here, so if I say this, can you see in the console? Is a nice day. Can you see? Can you see, members? Just like live editor. So you can make a live chat, like every time someone enters something, you just send it. When it rubs, you update. Very simple thing. I hope you understood that, guys. See?
Yeah.
That's what I did. Very good. So I got something else. That's how we get elements from what? From the DOM. Come and practice it, please. So I come to set. But other things, we started with events. We came to what? To HTML query. So here we come to what? How to set now the value. How to set these things. So to set things, so to change values inside the model, the DOM. To change values inside the DOM, we use text again, use HTML, and use val. So it looks like interesting. We use the same thing to get the information, right? Now again, you're going to use the same thing to change the information. Hadi.
Now.
What were you doing? Where are you?
I was having dinner in my room. Sorry. I was having dinner, sorry.
Okay. So you joined with the mobile phone or with your laptop?
No, with my laptop. That's why it was slow, because I was waiting for it.
I hope you're on your table, right?
Yes.
Good. So let's look at what? The setting. So here we're looking at what? Are they getting information? Now, right now, we're going to look at the what? Are they setting information? Mute yourself, young girl.
It's with the
And try to be attentive, please. If you don't be attentive, it's your loss.
Yes.
If you don't be attentive,
Okay.
it's your loss. You're the one who's paying the money, so you have to use your money properly.
Okay.
So we come to the what? To the setting now. I've already shown you how to get anything. Get HTML, get text, and getting the values from what? From inputs. And if you don't understand, you ask. So I'm going to resave this file. Now how can we set them? What if I want to change the text here? What if I want to change the information here, or information here? What do? We use the same things. We use same things. But here the difference is like, okay, let me first save this one as a new file. So I'll save it and I'll change this one to 6 and then this one to set. So guys should be attentive and use your money smartly. So I'm going to change this one and put set. Okay, so I want, like, when I click here, I want it to what should you do? How should I show example? Okay, I want when I click here. Okay, let me first create here a div, and I'm going to use it as just as the source of my information. Okay, I'm going to create a div. I'm going to use it as the source of my information. So I'm going to create a div here down in bottom. I'm just going to put here div. I'm going to call class source. No, okay, now let me leave it. I don't want to complex it. Okay, I want here when I click here, instead of getting, it should set the information in this div one. It should set the information that I want to do. I want it to set. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to just, let me add this one, maybe 7. Okay, so I want here set text. So here let me change this one to what, but this one doesn't matter, just as long as it is just what is. This is just for the naming. Okay, this is just naming. It has no action that is going to change on what this ID. It has no action that's going to change on what you're trying to do. But what I want to do here, I want when I click here on this button, it should do what? It should set some text of let us see what we were doing it before. It should set the text of div 1 to the text that I want. Okay, I want it to set div 1 to the text that I want. How do we do that? Let me remove this one. So here everyone understands it. Okay, setting click listener to this button. Okay, Fatimata, you understand this, right? Just setting a click listener. Fat, you understand this? Oh, how much?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, today I can hear you.
Okay.
So you understand this one. So here I just set a click listener. How do you understand it, right? Setting click listener to this button. Hadi, are you following? Hadijat, I hope you're following. If you're not, I don't know. So here I just select the div, and I'm listening to the click listener here. Now I want, when someone clicks here, I want to set this message here, and I say good night Musa. Okay, something like that. So how will I do that? I'll first select Musa. I'll first select the div. For example, this is the div with what? With the ID. So I put the what? Dot. Let me change this one to display what? Display 4. That should be smaller. Okay. So I've selected this div. Okay, this div, and now I want to delete everything that is there and put my own content. So to delete everything that's there, I'll use what? Text. For example, if we use text, it will do what? It will put their text. So I'll just put text. So if you listen, remember carefully here. If you just put empty text and without passing anything, what will you get? It will get for us the text that was there. Now, if you pass something, it will replace the text that is there. I repeat, if you put nothing here, it will return for you the text that is inside that div. But if you put something here by passing a string, it will replace the text inside div and then update it. So that is how simple it is. For example, I can set here text. I can say hi Musa, I want to talk to you. Okay, so when I click on this button to replace the text that is inside here and to put hi Musa, I want to talk to you. Okay, so if I refresh now, let me click. Can you see? Hi Musa, I want to talk to you. But if you don't pass anything, what will it do? It will return to you the element that is there. Nothing will be done. But if you pass nothing like this, just as long as it pass nothing, so it means that it's going to set the string of this to be nothing, as you can see. So if I pass something like this, then text will do what? Will set the element that was there and do that. Remember, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so this one, now what if that we have okay, that is set text. Now let's practice also set HTML. Okay, how to set HTML. So set HTML, I'm going to practice in the second div, and here I'm going to just put here set HTML. I'm going to listen to this, click listen of this get HTML. Remember, get HTML is just a what? It's just a name of ID. Doesn't matter to whatever we're going to do. And I want to do what? To put some HTML inside the div 2. Okay? Inside the div 2. So I'll just copy this. I delete. Paste there. So the only difference with HTML, just put HTML. Simple. And then I want to do what? This with div 2. Okay? So this one will set for me the HTML of div 2. So if I come and refresh, the same message, hi Musa, I want to talk to you. Hi Musa, I want to talk to you. But how shall we know that the difference between HTML, setting HTML and setting what? Setting and setting what? And setting, how shall you know the difference between set HTML and set text? The difference, we shall do by doing what? By putting some HTML in each text. Okay? Here we are setting what? We are setting using text. Let me put here BR. Remember, BR is a what? Is a HTML element. So BR. And here I put what? I put same BR. But remember, this one I'm setting what? I'm setting HTML text. Here I'm setting the HTML. So if I save, I come and refresh. Let us click here. Hi Musa, BR. I want to talk to you. So HTML was not encoded using text. If I put here, can you see? Hi Musa, it breaks the line. I want to talk to you. Do you get the difference? Hadi?
No.
Do you get the difference?
Yes.
What's the difference?
You see that this one is a text, so it does not recognize BR. But because BR is part of HTML, so it recognizes the break line. That's why it breaks the sentence.
Okay, that's beautiful. You understand it. So it will just decode this one, but this text, it will just set everything exactly the way it is. I hope everyone understood. If you don't understand, just ask. I'll do it. I'll explain it again. Okay, so proceed. So val, it will do what? It will work for the what? For the value of an input. Okay. So for example, I want to change the value in this input. I have some input here. Can you see this input? I want to set it. Okay. So I want here set val. When I click here, it should set the value of input and put there something. So to do that, I'll just put here maybe set val. Okay. So I want when someone click here, it should set that value inside this input. Okay. So how will I do? I'll select this input first. Okay. I'll select it and try to change something. Okay. So right now I don't expect something to come back. I just want to change. So to change, I just, no, not here. This is key press. this is the listener that is listening to what? To the click listener of this button. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this, but rather I'm going to listen. I'm going to select the input of my text, and I'm going to change it to the same message here. Okay, so value, which will just set this text to be what? To be in the message. So let me refresh. So can you see, if I click tab, you can see this text has been what has been. Let me try to increase it. Refresh. You cannot increase. Okay, you can just see the point. I hope you can see the point, members. Okay, so when I click here, see if I have nothing there, but when I click on set text, set value, can you see the content that I passed here exactly the way it is? It will be set here. But otherwise, the difference, if you remove this one, and then it will get for you the content that is inside there. If you pass something, it will then do what? To gain, it will do the opposite. It will set the content that is inside there and do there, and put there the content and that you've passed. In fact, you have question on this so far? Fatmata?
No.
You have no question?
Not yet.
Okay, Hadi, question so far?
Can you go back to this thing? I don't get
Val?
the last one. Yes.
You understand this?
No.
No.
Yes.
You understand setting a click listener, right?
Yes.
So this is, you understand this, selecting this input. I have an input here with ID my input. You understand it, right?
Okay.
So here I put dot val, and then I pass good night Hadi. Okay, so it means that this text is going to replace this input here, and when I will click on this button, you understand? So
yeah.
So if I come and refresh here and I click here, then this code will be executed. So if I click good night Hadi, you understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hope everyone understood, even Husnata understands. So we go to something else. We go to our adding. So be attentive. We are going to add something else. I'm teaching many things. They look to be so simple before we practice them, but you understand, really understand them when you practice. So I recommend you to spare some time and practice. So we're going to look at something else. So I've looked at how to get information from the database. I mean from our DOM, how to set some information in our DOM, and now we're going to see how we can add information in our DOM. So to add information in our DOM, we can add using append. Remember, this one was replacing. Okay, add setting. It could replace. When you could say HTML set, then it could replace all. When I say add, it could replace it all, something like that. Okay. Now let us. We're going to look at something else. We're going to look at now adding the content. This one was replacing. Okay, everything here was replacing something that was existing. We're now going to look at how to add something. So to add something without replacing, we have append, we have prepend, we have before and after. So here they will help us to add something, okay? To add something inside another thing. So let us look at what? At append. So to look at append, I'm going to just do something simple, okay? Something simple, and we'll understand what is meant by what? By append. So append, it will insert the content at the end of the selected element, okay? So let's start the content at the end of the selected element. Well, this time I think we should create a fresh thing because I've used this thing so many times. So let us create a fresh thing. But still, when we create a fresh thing, I will start from somewhere. 7. and I'll put here add content. Okay, add content. That's what an input. Save. Let me come and delete this. But why should you create a fresh thing? Get you understanding everything. We don't need to. Okay, we don't need to. Just going to use the same thing unless you are stuck. So I'm going to show you how to append. What the meaning of what? Of appending. Maybe okay, yeah. Let us see how to append. Okay, so to append something, we just say that it will add on elements that are inside there and add there something. Okay. Now let us try to append here a message. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put here the message, and when I click on append, we shall see what it is meant by appending. So let us put here, let us first select, let me first delete this, all other, everything here. So if you didn't know, let us say this one now, btn_1, that they should not be they should be independent. Okay, so I'm going to put here first append. Okay, append. You're going to see the meaning of append. So I'm going to select this btn1. So if you did not know, I can as well select this attribute, this element, and I store it somewhere. What do I mean? Like I can store this element inside the what? Inside the variable. To do that, I will just simply, someone should mute their microphone if they don't have something to say. So I'm going to say btn1 is equal to $btn1. So what does it mean? It means that I've selected this only once, and it's going to be connected to this btn1. So anything that I want to do on this btn1, I can as well just work on this variable. That is something that you did not know. I don't show it to you. Like I can select an element only one time, and after selecting it one time, and I store it somewhere. So I've selected this element only one time, and I've stored it inside btn1. So anything that I want to do, I can just reference to this btn1, other than selecting something every time. I hope you understood that. I select this only one time, and I store it inside btn1. Okay, so I want to set a click listener to btn1. So if I want to set a click listener, so I don't need again to do what? I don't need to select, because I already select. So to set a click listener, I'll just put .set. No. This is another language. Okay, I just put .click listener. I was writing something from another language. Okay, just put .click, right? .click, okay? So here I've said the word, the click listener. So in case I click on this btn1, it will do some action. I hope you understand that, right? So I'm going to get my div1, and I select it only one time, and I'll be referencing to that. So how do we do that? By just putting div1, and this can be any name. Okay, so in case I want to reference div1, I don't need to select it again. You understand, members? Okay, Fatu, you understand this? Fatmat, you understand this?
Yes.
Very good. So I'm going also to select this input and store it somewhere, so that I should not select every time. So I just select my input and put here my input. So anytime I want to do action on this input, I'll just reference to this one, this variable. So I want this is what I want. I want to, when someone click on append this btn1, remember I've put the word append. When someone click on btn1, I want to get the content inside this input, and then I append that content inside div1. Okay, so how shall we do that? We do it by just saying, maybe I can put here data, or I can put my message, or anything. Message is equal to, so how do I want to get message? I'll get it from the what? From the input. Okay, So it'll be input dot what? Dot val. Remember, input is a what? Is an input tag. So you want to get, if we get value of input from input tag, we use what? We use dot val. You already know that. Okay? So this one will fetch for me any message that is inside the input val. Okay? And then after doing that, I want to append that input inside the HTML. Okay? The div one. How do you do that? So after getting the message, I'll put dot append. Okay? So dot append here, we pass something that we want to add. Append, want to add in that content. So I'll just add the message that I got from the previous input. Simple and clear. No Chinese here. Okay? I hope there's no Chinese so far. So if I come and refresh, now if I click on append, nothing will be appended. Why? Because there's no any message here. Okay? I can say hi. So if I say hi and I click on append, can you see? Hi has been added here. So the difference between append and say text, the append will add the message, will add the text inside. I repeat, the difference between append and set, the set will do what? For example, if I put here text, the text will do what? Will delete everything that was there and replace it with the new content. Okay? You see, text. But if I put append, what will it happen? What will happen? It will add something that was there and do what? And append it. You see? So here it's going to get this content and append it here. So can you see? It is appended. Did you understand? If I add another one, can you see? Hi. It's being done what? It's being appended. Okay? It's being appended. Appended means to do what? To add something. If I, for example, if I surround this with what? With the HTML tag, for example, I can append maybe in form of paragraph, and I put plus. To concatenate here, we use plus. It's like Java. I close the what? The p tag. So what have I done here? I got the message. I then added a paragraph in this using what? Using the message. So I come and refresh and I say hello. So if I put hello and I click on append, what happened? You see hello comes, adds. And you see hello. You get it, eh? That's the meaning of append. It adds something that was there before. So let us look at prepend. Let us look at what? At prepend. Here let us first hide these divs. We shall look at them later. Hidden. I can put the dinan. Let us first hide this div 3 and div 4, and we should first work with what? With div 1 only. So far. So if I refresh, we should have something like this. Okay? Let us make this one call what? Maybe call 12. No problem. So let's refresh. We have something like that. Okay? Let me put here something and say this is original content. Okay, this is original what? The original content. Let me give it class some border top and some border bottom, so that you should see what is happening bottom. And then bb border white. So you see we have what has happened? This is border or bg? Border, not bg. Okay, can you see? This is original content. It's having border top and border bottom. Okay, now if we add append here, there's no message so far. This is a simple message. So if I add, can you see the simple message comes on bottom. Let us see the meaning of what? Of prepend. So to see the meaning of prepend, let me come and say this word to print, to do prepend. Prepend. I'm going to set an, I'm going to do what? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to listen to this second button. I'm going to listen to it, but just remember I can select it only one time by just selecting it like this. Okay, so I'm going to add the what? A add dot click listener dot click. Okay, so when I click on that, what will I do? I want to get the message inside the input. Okay, the message inside the input, you know how to get this one. And then here I'll get the div1. I already selected div1 dot prepend, just like English. Okay, just like English. So it is going to prepend the message. So to prepend the message will come in the content but on top of it. Did you understand that, members? So let me come and refresh. This is new message. Okay, so let's try to append this. Append, it will come after, okay, below the original content. But prepend, tap, the message come on top of original content. Can you see? Let me make it a paragraph like this one, that you should see it in form of block. Okay, this is new message. Prepend, the new message comes on top of the original content. Okay, append, it comes on bottom or next to the original content. Who did not understand this? So Fat, you got it? Fatmat, did you get it?
Yes.
That's very nice. Okay, so if you got it, that's beautiful. Let us proceed. I hope Hadi got it, and Husnata got it. Okay, so append it will add later, and then prepend it will add on top here. So we go to something else. We go to after and before. Okay, after and before. So let us look at after. What's the difference between after and before? So I'm going to just add here button 3. I'm going to put it after. Okay, after, that's the meaning of after. So after is just kind of interesting. It is like prepend, it is like append, but here the content will come after that div that you're referencing to. This after, I repeat, this after is like append, but here the content will come next to the container that you're referencing to. Let us see what we are meaning here. I'm going to select that after and keep it here on button 3, and I'm going to set a click listener on button 3 dot. So how will I do? I'll put click dot click, and then dot click, and then they write for me everything. Okay, so append. Let us look at the meaning of what? Of what? After, right? After. So after, I will just select the same div. Div 1 is already selected. Div underscore 1 dot after. Someone sending a message or someone is joining. I had some tone crying. I thought that Musa is joining. Okay, so Okay, so after, I'll just first get the message. I can as well get the message as I'm adding the what, as I'm appending the tags. Okay, that you should see it in form of what, of a block. Okay, so it's our message. So I'm going to put dot what on this div dot after. I hope members you're following. I just passed the what, the message. So after, we say it will add the message, but the difference is the message will come after the content that we are referencing to, that we are referring to. So can you see, this is new message. The text is too small, you may not see, but this is what I've written. Okay, this is new message. Now let me append. It will add within the content, but if after, can you see where the messages come? It comes outside the content. Remember, this is called div 1. This is the div 1. This black thing is div 1. It is appended, but it is appended outside div 1. If I add another message, can you see? This message is coming here. Can you see that? The message is coming outside the div that we are referencing to. But append, it comes within the div, but it is added after that. It is just added inside, but within the div. After, it is outside the div. So that's the difference. After, you can see the message here. I don't know why it's not putting the HTML. Okay, so that is the whole thing. Okay, so we're going to look at what, at before. So before is your home task. You'll try before by yourself. You can guess. Before, it will come on top. Okay, you'll try it by yourself. It will come, it will be prepended, but it will be prepended on top. That's the meaning of what? Of before. So you'll try it by yourself. Okay, I hope you're all together, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So we're going to look at what? At removing content. Removing content. So you have two things. We have remove and we have empty. We have remove and we have empty. So we look at how to get the content, we look at how to change the content, and we look at how to add the content. And then here we're going to look at how to do what? How to remove the content from the what? From the DOM. Okay? So you see how jQuery makes JavaScript simple. But if it was JavaScript, oh, I'm not scaring you, but we could have written a lot of shit here. Okay, but I'm not scaring you. Go and learn JavaScript, but we could have written a lot of things, yeah?
You are not recording?
I'm recording. I'll save the I'll upload the video today. Don't be scared.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to look at remove and what? As and empty. Okay? So I hope you're all following. So to look at remove and empty, I'm going to do what? To create a new, save it, and I'll send also these text files that maybe you can look along in case you want to remove, as well as using it reference. If you say that, hey, you never taught us, you just took our taka, I'll bring these files. They'll back to the proof. Okay, baby. So let's look at removing what? Removing content. Let me first delete all these things. Now, removing content, we have empty and remove. So remove content, this one will remove the whole thing. Will remove the whole thing. But empty will just delete in something that is inside there. So we're going to create here a button that is going to remove the content. Okay, let me call here, okay, let me call this button 1, remove, and this button 2, I'll call it empty. So I want when someone click on this button 1, it should do what? Let us begin with empty. Empty, then remove. Okay. So I want when someone click on button 1, it should remove. It should empty the content inside what? Inside div 1. So that's our div 1 serving even some lorem. So to do that, let me put here class text white. Okay, so I'm going to just listen. I've already selected this button, so I just say button dot click, right? Click listener, and I want when someone click there, it should empty the div 1. So I'll just come and say div 1 div underscore 1 dot what? Dot empty. So just pass this one, it will empty the div 1. So if I refresh, you see this is div 1. So if I click on empty, can you see div 1 remain there, but all the content that was there is deleted. Did we understand that, members?
Yeah.
You understood it, right?
Yeah.
Good. So let us look at now at remove. So to do remove, it is in button 2. So I'm going to set a click listener on button 2, but here I'll put what? Remove. Okay. So you're going to see the difference between empty and remove. So let us click on remove, tap. It will remove. It will remove. Who has left? Okay, maybe. Okay, can you see? Remove. It removes the div with its ghost. Do you know a ghost? Yeah, it kill you and kill the ghost also. So this guy will remove the whole content, the whole element, the whole element. We remove the div and its what? And its ghost. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you see? If I come here to elements, we can see where is this div 2. Let me click here. Yeah, here's the div 2, right? Here's the div 2. Can you see this is div 1, right? This is div 1. Div 1 it is here. If I click on remove, tap, you see? The whole div 1 does no longer exist. It will delete it. It will kill the whole thing and burn the body. Okay? But this one will just kill you, but will not burn your body. Okay? You get the difference, eh? This will kill, but will not burn you. But this guy, remove, will kill and burn the body and will be nowhere. So that's remove. And this is what? This is empty. Remember, do you understand? Fat, do you understand? Fatmat. Fatmat, I got the difference?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we shall go for a break of only 10 minutes. And then at 10:10, you join for the last session. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so at 10:10, don't be late. If you be late, I will compensate that time. So we're going to look at adding classes and removing classes. So jQuery gives us ability to also work with what? With
Can
classes.
we have some also?
What? You cannot hear me?
So, can we have some of the juice so that we can also enjoy ourselves some more?
The what? You're seeing me? This is sanitizer. Do you drink sanitizer?
Okay, continue.
It's sanitizer. Okay. So I did just distract me. So here we're going to look at how we can deal with classes. jQuery has a way how we can select elements. So you see here we are selecting elements by combining multiple selection. You can as well select multiple elements by just using the what? Using a combination of all of them, using comma. So if you use comma to select multiple elements, and you can use classes, IDs to select different elements. So jQuery can help us to add classes and remove classes. Toggling classes. Toggling classes means to add a class and remove, add and remove, add, remove. Just means of what? Of toggle. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you how I can add a class and how to remove a class. Something very simple. I'll not even sleep there. So I'm going to come here to jQuery CSS. So I'll save this one as what? As 10. So you treat me like a modern slave. Oh, it was supposed to be 9 in fact, but no worries. Okay, so we say jQuery can help us to add a class and remove class. So I'm going to make this one add class, and then this will be remove class, and this will be toggle class. Okay, so add class will add a class. That's very simple thing. So I want to set here a click listener for button 1. Add class is going to add bg dark. So I just simply put add, just like this, just like English, you know, jQuery like English. Add class. Okay, so each class I'm going to add bg, maybe bg dark. Okay, so here I put remove class. Okay, so here I add class, here remove the class bg dark, bg dark. So if I refresh, so if I refresh here, you see dark class is added, but it was already there. So if I click here remove class, you see the dark class is gone, but the text is there, but the bg dark has done what? Has gone. So jQuery can help us to what? To add class and remove class. So here we have also another thing that called toggle class. Toggle class. So let me add toggle class on btn3. So here instead I'm going to put toggle. Toggle. Is it just like this? Toggle class? I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it properly. Toggle. How does toggle work? I've never worked with it properly. Refresh. So toggle switched it on and off. So toggle, just play with it, off and on and off, on and off. That's the meaning of toggle. Add will add the remove the class. Add will add the class. So you can use this in different situations, in many situations. Like when someone enters a wrong message, a wrong username, you can make this one to have a red border, and by adding the class of danger. And when someone enters a correct password, you can add a class of what? Of success in the borders. Many ways. So just me will teach you the basic things, then the creativity will be up to you. So I've just shown you how to add a class and remove class and toggle classes using what? Using jQuery. So how to deal with it, how to implement it, it will be up to the end of your what? Of your creativity. So lastly, we're going to look at what? A CSS. Okay. So this CSS help us to set CSS. You can also as well set CSS using jQuery. Okay. So how do you set CSS? By just simply putting .css. Then .css will have ability to set the CSS on a certain element. For example, here, if we put .css, we shall be able to do what? To set the property and the value. Property and the value. So can you see how setting background color of all the p tags should be having yellow. And you can as well set other things. You can, okay, let me show you what I'm trying to mean. say I'll just do it here. I'm going to get all the p tags, and give them .css. Okay, css. So here, if I just do like this, cs.css, I'll be passing element and a value, element and a value, element and a value. For example, I can say all the background colors of paragraphs. I can just put background. I put a property. Okay, what the spelling of background? Background. I hope that's it. Color. I don't need to do that. I just pass the second one as a what? As a property, red. So it means that all the background colors of paragraphs will be what? They'll be red. Can you see? And who did that? It is CSS. Okay. So if I want to pass another thing, I can again put comma and pass another property like that, like that, like that. Now, if you want to pass multiple properties, you can as well do like this. For example, I have too many CSS that I want to write and append and act on a certain. I can just simply put curly brackets and I start writing the normal CSS like they always do. For example, I can just put, if it's multiple paragraphs, okay, I mean assume that is multiple CSS. So I can just assume that I want to work on the what? On the heading. We have here something H2, okay? So I'm going to select H2. Now I want to write too much CSS. So instead of passing one by one here like this, I'll just put here curly bracket, okay? And once you put curly bracket, you can write your normal CSS. For example, I can just put here, maybe background color is equal to green, okay? You see, green. Oh no, you have to put them inside the what? Inside the quotes, okay? Like this. Okay, background color green. I can add another property. Then is semicolon. I can say maybe font. I mean text size. Is it size? How do you write it? Font size or text size? Font size. Maybe I can say 20 rem. It's going to be a huge thing. Okay, just to see the difference. So if I refresh, H2 was not affected. Let me see what could be the reason. Background color green. I'm selecting H2. Do I have H2? Yes. Why is not working? That's how we pass multiple CSS. Oh, we put comma, not semicolon, I think, yeah. To separate from other, you put comma, I think, yeah. Not semicolon, okay? I think that's the problem. Refresh. Still not working. Why? It's not working. Why? Let us try to pass only one as one element. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let's make this one H2 and see if it will work. You see, it's not working. Yeah, it's not our problem. I think this H2 is having hardcore classes. Okay, let me just put the p tag instead, because already see the p tag was working. So if I come and refresh, still not working. Background color green. Oh, something is wrong. Let me just first delete this. Something is wrong. Okay, so let me just put dot css, multiple css, then they'll format it for us. Just put dot multiple css. You see, if you have multiple css, if you have an IDE, just put dot css. Then you have single css and multiple css. So if you put the multiple css, they'll do it for you like this. Okay, so here you put the property. For example, I can say background color, and then I put here blue. So here I think here to do what? To work. Still it's not working. It's not working quite. Just exactly like what I did before. I don't know why it's not working, the group CSS. Let me come and get the way it is here exactly. I'll come and get it the way it is exactly here. Oh yeah, I get it. I see that problem. The problem is this one should also be in quotes, like this. Yeah, I think that it's gonna work. Yeah, it's going to work. So that's how we do what? We'll put multiple CSS. So I can say, oh, the background color should be blue. I duplicate. So to add another CSS, just put a comma. Maybe I can say, maybe font size. It should be 15 pixels. So if I refresh, you see the font size has also done what? Has also changed. If I put 150 pixels, the font size will be huge. So if you want to pass multiple CSS using jQuery or JavaScript, you can use this way of passing the JavaScript. I mean the CSS. Multiple for single. Okay, so we proceed. That's how we deal with CSS. You can add class, you can remove class, you can do what? You can add real CSS, a single and multiple, all it works. So we proceed to AJAX. This this is not so important. I'll just concentrate on important things. Traversing, like how you can traverse through your document, how you can reach a certain element. You can come and learn this by yourself, but it's not so important for us. I'll just concentrate on the most important thing. You see, it's even less than a page, but you can come and learn them. Traversing, this one is just all about selecting, how to select an element without using a specific name. Okay, how to select an element without using a specific name. It's just all about selecting. So I'll not put much time there, but you can come and learn them. Just simple things. They're like only 3 topics. This here there is nothing. 1, 2, 3, and then each page is just, let me show you the normal size of a page. Each page is just very short. I just scroll 2 times and the page is over. 2 times and the page is over. So you can come and learn this traversing thing, but for me, I'll not put there much of our time. It's not so important. It's just all about selecting. Okay, it's all about selecting. So I'll come to what? AJAX. Now get ready here. Get ready. I don't know that I should even start a new video for this AJAX, because it is very important. Okay, it is very, very important. So what is AJAX? I think I should start a new video for this AJAX.